What's up? Chad Wright coming to you here once again on the channel, Team Righteous. And today we got another Kawasaki in the house. We got a first gen ZX10 2005 model. My buddy Christian over here, he races with us some when we go to the track. He's been riding Scotty's bike some. He's the reason why I burnt my foot 2 years ago, because he almost beat me on Scotty's bike when I had a 750 motor on it and I was on a Busa. Couldn't let that happen and stuck my foot right behind the exhaust because I was trying to tuck. So anyways, today we got his 2005 ZX10 here in the house. Got very little work done to it. It's got dual intake cams in it. Or take that back, sorry, it's got Gen 2 intake cams in it, right? Or is it just Gen 2 cams? Huh? Yeah, both in. Okay, both in. All right, so he's got a little bit of work done to it. He's got the Gen 2 ZX10 cams put in it. Got a Brock sidewinder on it, and we haven't done anything else to it other than roll it up here on the dyno, and we're gonna make a baseline pull with it, see what it makes. So back when we had our dyno day, we had the bike on here on pump gas. It made 151 horsepower, and so today we're going to tune it on the MR12. So we got the pump gas out of it already. We got the MR12 in there. We're going to just see what kind of numbers we make with it. Make sure the bike's running good and everything, just like it is. So we're going to leave the same tune that's in there from before when it was on pump gas, because I remember it being very, very good whenever we pulled it in. And so we're just going to see what kind of difference we get from it on the base pull, and then we're going to zero the power commander out, and we're going to flash the ECU and tune it for him. So for those of y'all at home that want to get your ECU flash for your Gen 1 ZX10, I'm going to show you where it's at. So you got to take all this stuff right here off, take your back seat off, take this little panel right here off, take your front seat off, and it is right here. Not this one here though, there is one up under here. It's going to be this one here. We're going to you take it out, take these two plugs right here off, and then you put that in a box. You make a list with all your mods that are done to your bike, and you send it in to us, let us know what fuel you got it on, and we can flash your ECU. We've got some before that we've done. We got one from a few months ago with a red ZX10 that we've got a flash for. This is for a good pump gas flash. Then this one right here, we're going to have a good MR12 flash if you got the Gen 2 ZX10 cams in yours. So if you got that right there and you're just looking for a flash and you want to see how much power you can make with it, this will give you an idea, but it won't be spot on, because just a flash for one bike isn't the same as it is for another bike. So we're going to dyno tune this thing right here, see how much power we can get out of it, and then he's going to take it to the track here in a couple of weeks and see if it's running better. Alright y'all, so we got that base run done there. I'm going to flip it around here and show y'all the power we made, and then we're going to show y'all the air fuel ratio and everything else. So like I said before, when we had it on the dyno before, it made 151 horsepower on pump gas, and that there was with the flash that was in it before, or didn't have a flash, it's already had a tune in the Power Commander 5. So this thing's got a Power Commander 5 in it, and not changing anything at all, just coming in. We made 159.2 horsepower. You can see down here, and peak torque is 78.2. Air fuel ratio, very, very lean, making 15-to-1 air fuel ratio. That is on the edge of being dangerous. The only thing we've done with this thing right here is we added the MR12 in there. The last time when he made 151 horsepower, it was with the stock Gen 1 cams in it. So the cams have been changed since then. Obviously they're getting more airflow, and then the MR12 as well is leaning out a little bit more. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you here in the Power Commander. So y'all have seen before. So y'all have seen before where we've tuned some bikes through a power commander, because some bikes we don't have the ability to be able to tune to the ECU on them. On sort of like that Honda VTX 1800, we didn't have no way to tune to the ECU, so we just tuned through a power commander. So anyways, what we got going on here, this thing here is actually pulling a whole lot of fuel, but this exact same tune here that's pulling all this fuel that it was pulling before was spot on air fuel ratio with the old cams in it and with pump gas. So the tune before was spot on, and with this much fuel pulled out of it. So I'm going to zero this out. I'm going to get another base run, and then we're going to start tuning it through the ECU. So we're going to see where we're at once we zero this thing out, see how much richer it gets, see if it gets too rich, too lean, where it's at, find its happy spot, and then we're going to go from there on tuning it. So like I said, I got to get it in there, see what it's going to do with just the ECU controlling everything, and then we'll start tuning it from there, fine-tuning the air fuel ratio, start adjusting the timing and everything, and seeing exactly how much power we can get out of this thing. Alright y'all, so we made our base run earlier with the Power Commander 5 on. Then like I showed y'all, it had a lot of fuel pulled from it, and we were wondering why it was that way. So we zeroed the map out, cranked the bike up, bike wouldn't hardly idle at all, running super rich. So I said, alright, next thing we can do is try to remove the Power Commander. Maybe that's what the problem is, maybe that's the reason why it's running like that. So we remove the Power Commander, and now it's just the stock ECU and wiring harness and everything else. Left the same map in the ECU, didn't change anything at all. It's still done the same thing, still idling exactly like it was. So we ended up having to do the same thing in the ECU as was done in the Power Commander. We had to pull a lot of fuel out to get it where we wanted it at. So now we've made those changes. So I ended up going in there into the ECU. I had to pull 25% fuel to get it to idle right. It's idling good, it's running good, working on the drivability. I'm going to work on that as we tune it. But I did have to pull a lot of fuel. So made the first initial pull, and it was rich down low, so I had to pull some fuel from it. It was lean up top, so I had to add some fuel to it. So we're gonna get that with there, worked out as we start working on it. So like I said, we did lose some power from where we was at. That's kind of natural. It's part of what we got to do here. So anyways, we got it pulled up here. Ended up making, so the initial run with the flash ECU, just pulling fuel to get it to run and pulling everything across the board, pulling 25% across the board. We made 153.5 horsepower. You can see down there in the corner. And fuel curve is kind of all over the place. So like I said, it was rich down low, lean up top. Gonna try to correct that. There's done a flash in it, so we're gonna start trying to get the fuel correct, and then I'm gonna go in there and start changing the timing and throwing some timing at it too. So anyways, let's make some more pulls of this thing. Alright y'all, so getting this thing here coming around, starting to make some big power. I think we got it pretty dialed in right here, so let's see if we got it where we want it to be at, or if we got to make any more touches on this thing right here. I think it's doing pretty good. I'm gonna set y'all up over here so y'all can watch this thing here from the side. Here we are. So we are done with the Gen ZX10. We just got through tuning. So this right here was our baseline run, 159.2 horsepower at 11,600 RPMs. We made 78.2 foot-pounds of torque. Not too shabby. So Gen ZX10 stock exhaust or stock header with a slip-on generally makes around this much power once they're tuned. We've done a couple of different ones. We done one from Arkansas. He made roughly the same horsepower. I think he made 158 horsepower and 78 foot-pounds of torque. And then the red ZX10 we dynoed as soon as we got here to the shop when we first opened up. He made 161 and 81, I think, foot-pounds of torque whenever we done his. So already, just before we done anything else, whatever, he's already in that range. And then we put the magic on it. So y'all check this right here out. This right here, this thing right here, once we got into the ECU and started really dialing everything in, this thing right here makes some big power. So I'm gonna flip it around here and let y'all see exactly what we're talking about. As you can see, we made 83.7 foot-pounds of torque. I believe one run we made 84.2, so it's making roughly 84 foot-pounds of torque and 174.8 horsepower. That's what I'm talking about. We made some big gains on this thing right here. So and that's at 12,100 RPMs too, so it actually carried it further out than what it was initially. So we done really good with this bike right here. We gained 15 horsepower over the base run we had whenever you come in the door, and we made 24 more horsepower than what it made with the old cams in it on pump gas with the tune it had in it before. The tune was in it before. We told him that day it really was actually a really good tune. It was just tuned through a power commander though, so it wasn't tuned through the ECU, and it still had the stock Gen 1 cams in it too. So so it was giving up some power with those stock Gen 1 cams, but it also, you know, still had more potential as well, because we've seen other ones make more power. This 175, if it had a street tire on it and stock wheelbase, it'd be in the 180s. The Shinko hookup that was on it, those things really rob power on the dyno. So anyways, I think it turned out really great. He's going to take it and go to the track with it and test it out, see how it runs, see if it runs any better. I believe he's going to be very, very shocked and very, very satisfied whenever he gets those results on the track to see how much it picks up on the drag strip. So anyways, appreciate it, all of y'all. Have a good one. Alright y'all, so it's been a few weeks since we made this part of the video, but we had to add it to the video after the dyno session. We're gonna see how this bike right here is running now that we got the tune in it. See how it does against a new model G-Ball. Yes, sir. All right, y'all, let's go over here and see how this thing is doing. Yes, sir. My man. Look at that. How's she doing?
Good, I love it.
How you liking that tune on this thing?
Oh, I love it. It's working.
Working?
It's working.
Doing the do?
Doing the do.
That's right. All right, y'all. So we appreciate y'all. Like I said, I just wanted to show y'all a little bit of how this bike's running here at the track. Y'all usually see it out on the street when they get out there and test it or whatever. We didn't get to do that night. It had been raining all day, but we wanted to bring it out here to the track and show y'all exactly how it's running. Let you hear from the man himself, running much better. Cashing checks, taking names. That's what we do. See ya.